Everyone is saying that this event has just escalated the war, but has it really? You might have heard, according to Israel, the village of Mar-Galayat in Israel's northern border with Lebanon was the target of an anti-tank missile attack from Hezbollah, and what we are looking at right now is the Israeli army firing back into Lebanon. So does this mean we can say with more certainty that this war is going to escalate into a wider regional conflict? Well, may I just ask the simple question, who's exactly going to escalate it? We might recall events like the 1948 Arab-Israeli War, the 1968 Six-Day War, and the Yom Kippur War, where seemingly all of Israel's hostile neighbors seemingly attacked or were preparing to attack all at once. However, today the Arab world looks very different. In fact, it's very, very divided. I mean, will Lebanon in the north escalate this war? Sure, Hezbollah, the only military of note in Lebanon, receives an alleged $700 million from Iran every year, but just because they're funded by Iran doesn't mean they're allies with Hamas. Hamas is Sunni and Hezbollah is Shia, and Hezbollah is not going to risk annihilation by the far superior Israeli military and by the West to just give some moral support to some Palestinians in Gaza who they have very little love for. Okay, let's go to the south. Is Egypt going to attack and join in? Well, I think it's abundantly clear that Egypt has absolutely no love for the Muslim Brotherhood aligned Palestinians, and the Egyptian government in fact would love nothing more than Hamas to be completely eliminated as a political and ideological force, and I don't think they like the civilians very much either. So Egypt's main aim currently is to keep that border as tight as possible to keep the Palestinians locked in, and we also have to remember that they are becoming more and more Western and Israeli aligned every passing year. Jordan in the east is also relatively powerless and has no love for the Palestinians either, having just closed their border. There's been a few alleged clashes with Syria, but let's be honest, they're also a different ethnic sect and are preoccupied with their own war. Saudi Arabia are also Israeli aligned, but Iran, however, are the wild card. They perhaps started the whole thing, but this doesn't mean they're going to necessarily join in properly. Firstly, Gaza is awfully far away, apart from a rocket fired for moral support, assuming they wanted to do something in the first place, and I suspect they don't. And furthermore, it seems like the West has absolutely no interest in escalating this war either. Biden has recently recommended Israel to show restraint when it comes to Hezbollah. So will this war escalate? Well, apart from Egypt joining into some capacity, if the Palestinians were able to break through the border like they did in 2008 when over 1 million crossed into Egypt, I really don't think so. And that's because Hamas and the people of Palestine really don't have any friends whatsoever. Thanks for listening.